So good morning, good evening, everyone. So uh, as we had a first session or a demo on Friday, right? But still, as today, Nilesh Vamshi has joined. So I'm going to start from this first day. I mean, whatever we have discussed on Friday, I'm going to start from there. Okay, we will start from the. I mean, you can take it as a demo or you can take it as a first session, whatever it might be, right? So we are going to start from the first. Okay. So fine. First, let me introduce myself. Uh, Coming to myself, I'm A. Balachandra Kumar. I'm a certified trainer, and I'm expert in the following technologies here. So basically, I do. I provide trainings in AWS Cloud, Red Hat Linux, and Red Hat Ansible. Ansible is an automation tool. And apart from this, I also provide Unix flavors like Solaris, IBM AIX, and I also provide an enterprise level tool called Veritas. Okay, so this is all uh, uh, about myself, and I'm a freelancer and consultant and a software trainer, basically. So this is all about my experiences and technical skills, right? So now let me quickly jump into like what we are going to deal with today's session. See, basically today we will discuss, before we discuss what is cloud, okay, why we are going for cloud, all right? You should know why we are going for a cloud. So, okay, so we are going to discuss, if you want to know why we are going for a cloud, you should understand the legacy and traditional infrastructure, right? Getting my point. Traditional and legacy infrastructure. So you will have a question, what is infrastructure? We will be discussing about it detailing, right? Then we will discuss about the cloud definition. Then we will discuss about benefits of cloud computing, right? So like this, we will discuss about cloud models, history, AWS, product overview, and reasons, availability around. Like this, we are going to discuss. Okay. But I have just kept it as a today's agenda. This agenda is not only today, it might continue tomorrow and day after tomorrow also. Getting my point. So this is what exactly. So many times, okay. Now let us get into the things here. Many times like, people have a cloud. I mean, people have a doubt. What is cloud? What is cloud? Right? So when I say that, what is cloud? Right? A very simple definition, accessing your services, okay, accessing your services over the internet, right? So when I say that accessing your services, so you might have a question, sir, what is service here? First of all, I'm not aware of it. What is service here? Very simple, accessing your database is a service nowadays in a cloud, right? Database is a service. Your virtual machine is also a service. Okay, what is virtual machine? Virtual machine is equal to your physical machine. Right now, you're having a laptop. Okay, you are having a desktop. You might be having a physical server. So instead of buying a laptop or desktop or a server, you're going to spin up or you're going to build a machine on a cloud. That is nothing but a service. Getting it? Okay. So these all services, whatever it might, I mean, it might be a storage, it might be a server or a virtual machine, okay, or it might be a database, it might be a network, right? Or it might be any other services you can take. Okay, why? Because you should understand one more thing here is AWS provides 200 plus services over the cloud as a service. How many? 200 plus services. You might talk about AI, you might talk about UI, right? AI, you are aware of AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence. You might talk about UI. UI stands for interface. Or you might talk about IoT, that is called Internet of Things. Or you might talk about database. You might talk about web server. You might talk of any other services. I'm telling you, everything is provided over the cloud as a service, and you are going to access these services which is on the cloud using an internet, right? If I want to simply give you an example, you might be knowingly or unknowingly using Google Drive from long time, right? Google Drive is nothing but it's a cloud drive. You're getting my point? Okay. So knowingly or unknowingly, we are using Google Drive from the last 10 years. Many people don't understand that. They don't know that they are using Google Drive over the cloud, because the drive is not within our laptop or a desktop or a server. It is there somewhere in a remote place. We are just trying to connect our Google Drive with the help of internet and with the help of user credentials. Because we have a credentials, we are trying to authenticate, we are trying to get authorized, and then we start using the Google Drive, right? So this is like just a basic level understanding about the cloud here. Now you might have a question, sir, why we are using cloud? Now I will tell you. Now I will tell you why we are using cloud, right? So when I say that why we are using cloud, now I will try to make you understand the challenges of IT infrastructure or legacy or a traditional IT infrastructure, right? So many times people don't understand what is IT infrastructure here, because if you don't understand IT infrastructure, you will never understand cloud. Okay, cloud is nothing but infrastructure administrator, we call. If you want to get into a cloud, if you want to get into a project or a company to work as a cloud administrator, your role is, I mean, your designation will be a cloud IT infrastructure. It will be there. Now you should know first thing. Okay, fine, sir. I know about the cloud. That is not a problem. It's a just one, two lines definition. If I just elaborate that one, two lines, you will understand easily. Just know what we have done is that only, right? But if I want to know what is IT infrastructure, so very simple. If you want to know what is IT infrastructure, all right? See, take an example. You want to run a company or you want to run a project, right? So if you want to run a project, if you want to establish a company, assume that not you running a project, you want to establish a company. Assume that you are getting one project from US or UK or Singapore, or you are getting a project from UAE, right? And they said that you went for, you just discussed with the client. The client has really, appreciated our services and our manpower and our technical skills, right? Then they said that this project I'm going to give you only, right? And you have to build it from the scratch, right? And when they said that you have to build it from the scratch, now what we need to do, we have to invest a lot on the hardware, right? Because there will be a server, architecture will be there, or infrastructure architecture will be there. They will say that, okay, boss, I got a project which is the worth of 50 crores, and I'm going to run this project for 3 years. Okay, now tell me, if I want to run this project for 3 years, what are the things I need to build? How many servers we need? How many networks we need? How many softwares we need? What license we need? Right? How many storages we need? All these things we have to buy, right, to build this particular infrastructure, right? So how you are building this infrastructure in a same way, when you go to any real-time projects, it might be a banking sector, it might be a telecommunication sector, or you might take it as an e-commerce site. You take it any project, I'm telling you, right? If it is running with 10 servers with 500,000, 2,000, 10,000 servers also, you go with, right? All this, they, it is called as IT infrastructure, and it is also called as IT physical infrastructure. Okay, so this is what exactly you're going to go with. Okay, so now fine. So you have to buy all these things. You have to set up all these things. How much time it would take to build this? It might take 3 to 6 months, 6 months to 1 year also it might take, right? You're getting a project for 3 years and you are just taking 6 months to 1 year just to build all this infrastructure. It's a big time, right? It's a big time, right? Will your customer and client will wait for 1 year to build this particular infrastructure? No, right? Okay. And okay, fine. Your customer will say that I have lot of time, boss. No problem. Take time. Build. No problem. Right? But still, you should understand you need to invest lot of money on this. Okay. The hardware, whatever you're going to use at the enterprise level, it's very expensive. Okay. And the networks also, softwares also, storages also is very, very expensive. You have to invest crores of rupees. You have to invest crores of rupees, right? So, okay, fine. What's there, sir? We are getting a 50 crores project, right? Not a problem. I will invest 10 crores on that. Not a problem. Okay, fine. You have invested 10 crores and you have set up everything. You have taken a lease of real estate. I mean, you have taken a lease, a building lease you have taken, and you have hired so many people, hardware, so much things you have done. Fine. Now, after investing all these things, assume that your project has run for 1.5 year, and due to some reasons, some terms and conditions, okay, did not suit. Then your client says that, no, we don't want to continue. Okay, whatever the cost it had happened till now, it is for 1.5 year. We will clear all it, and we will pay 5 months in advance, and we will roll back everything. Right? 5 months advance they will pay. That means they are going to pay for 2 years and they want to roll back everything. Right? Getting my point. So what happens now? So what you will do now? You can't do anything because the terms and conditions did not match or something went wrong. Okay. So what you're going to do now? No, nothing you can do. You will get 5 months advance amount, and what you will do, whatever the employees you're having 50, 60, 100 people, you will pay 1 month, 2 months advance to them, and you will ask them to leave the company. Okay, fine, they will leave. But what you will do with the hardware? What you will do with the network? What you will do with the storages? Yes, there is no returns on it. Even you're getting a return, how much you will get? You have invested 100 rupees or you have invested $100 and you will be getting only $45 only. That means you have lost your 55% of your investment. Getting it? So this is what exactly happens. Now, many times people have a question, then how do I come out of this? How do I come out of this? Right? So how do we come out of this means you have to go for cloud. Now you will say that yes, cloud provides such things. Cloud is something like prepaid account, you know. You know what is prepaid account? Whatever you use, pay only for that. Today you have used a machine or a machine for 8 hours, you just pay for 8 hours. You're getting my point. You might be using a storage just to store a 10 GB of data. You just pay for 10 GB only. Getting it? Right? So this is the benefit here. Okay. So whatever you try to use, you only pay for that. This is a benefit. You're getting my point. So in a way, what you're doing is, as you go for a cloud, you're saving a lot of money, I'm telling you. And if you really want to save a lot of money, you should have a very, very good planning when it comes to cloud, right? So this is all we will be discussing. I'm just giving you a, you know, like it's highlights of this session. Okay. So now when I'm talking about the IT infrastructure, as we discuss, what is this IT infrastructure management contains? You should know about it, right? The first thing, I mean, first we are going to discuss about the definition here. The IT infrastructure management is a management of essential operation IT components such as policies, such as process, equipments, data, human resources, and external contacts for all over, I mean, overall effectiveness, right? So this is what exactly the IT infrastructure management is. And IT infrastructure management is something divided into categories like system management, network management, storage management, database management, application management, security management, backup management. Now you might have a question, so why sir this many managements? Why sir this many managements? Right? See, as you join any company, any project, assume that you have learned Linux or you're working as a Windows administrator or you're working with an cloud administrator only. Assume that you have joined a new project with AWS cloud skills, right? So as you join that particular project, do you think that you're going to work on everything? No. We are going to be moved to a specific department or a you know team, we can say. So we are going to do a specific things only. So you'll ask me why like that. Assume that they observe that you have a very good skills at network. They have observed that you have a very good skills at network. They observe that you have a very good skills at security. What you will do now? Yes, what you will do? Okay. So when I say that, okay, when they observe that you are good at so and so department, I mean so and so skills, they try to move you on to that particular related department. You're getting my point? That particular department they're going to move. Okay, so this is what exactly. So you'll ask me why like that means, see, when you go 15, 20 years back, right? We used to have very less servers, 10 servers, 5 servers, 50 servers. It is easy for you to remember the IP address, host name. It is easy for you to remember what's going on this particular servers, right? But right now, if you get into any environment, you will be seeing, okay, thousands of servers, lakhs of servers, really. Okay, if you want to give you one small example here, assume that if I'm talking about a Google, okay, just understand how many servers the Google might have, how many servers the Amazon used might have, how many servers the Facebook used is going to have. Did you try to see any time? Did you try to search? Did you try to research? For example, I will try to show you. Okay, see, I'll give you a small information about it. So I'm going to put total servers in Google. 1 minute. Total servers in Google. See, the recent, you know, guessmet have placed the Google server count more than 1 million server. You see that? How many? More than 1 million servers. Oh my God, more than 1 million servers, sir. Where they are placed this 1 million servers? They never place this 1 million servers in one single place. You know that? Every country has a Google data center. If I want to tell you, India has two Google's data centers, right? Like this, in every country they have some servers, right? If I want to tell you how many servers the Amazon is going to provide, if I tell you, if I'm talking about Amazon, see, as of December 2014, Amazon servers operated estimation of how many? 1.4 million servers they are maintaining. I will tell you what is this reasons. Reasons are nothing but the location where your data centers are running. You're getting my point. So you might have a question, what is data center? A data center is a place where you put all your infrastructure. What is infrastructure? Servers, storages, network, securities, database, web servers, everything comes under it. Right? So this is what exactly it is going to work. Clear? So this is all, I mean, these many servers they're maintaining. Now understand, if you want to manage these many servers, you need a huge resources, huge manpower. Getting it? So now we are going to discuss that only. In order to run such a kind of big infrastructure, what we need exactly. Right? So when I'm talking about infrastructure, we should discuss something about the data center. So data center is a place where you're going to put all your servers. Data center is a place where we are going to put the servers. This is how your data center looks like that. After this session, you do one thing. After this session today or tomorrow, whenever you get a time, do one thing. Just go on to the Google and put how a data center looks like, how a Facebook data center looks, how a Google data center looks, how you can say Amazon Google data center looks. Just put this in a Google and try to watch some videos. Now you will get a clear picture about what is data center and how the data centers are managed, what kind of securities they maintain. Right now, for example, I will tell you, right now we are communicating over the Zoom. Right, all our communication, which is you know the source is my machine and destination is your machine, but in between it goes to the Zoom data center, and from there it delivers you. You're getting my point? This is what exactly happened. Even you're doing WhatsApp, you're doing Facebook, you're doing anything over the internet, every communication will go to their respective vendor data center, and from there it delivers to the destination. It delivers to the destination. Remember, this is very, very important thing that you need to understand. Okay. So now, okay, fine, sir. I understood about data center. Now, these are all the things that you need to procure for the data center. That means you need to invest on all these parts, right? First thing is, if you really want to run a data center, first thing is you need a real estate. I mean, real estate is nothing but a space. You need a housing infrastructure is nothing but you need a space, right? You might be buying, you might be leasing a 10,000 SFT space somewhere in high tech city, somewhere in Bangalore, IT park, or somewhere, anywhere it might be, where whatever it might be flexible to you, right? So you know that nowadays the real estate cost is very high, right? You need to invest lakhs of rupees. You have to invest crores of rupees to take it lease, right? If you really want to run a data center, if you want to run a company, you want to build an infrastructure, the first investment starts from the real estate. That is called a space. You need to lease a space. If you have a own space, you are safe. But many companies don't have their own spaces. They have to take lease or rent. This is what. And second thing is you need a high speed internet, high bandwidth internet. So when I'm talking about internet here, you need to understand one thing. Right now, whatever the internet that we are using at home, that is called a broadband. So when I'm saying about broadband, broadband is nothing but it's a shared network, right? But we never use this kind of broadbands when it comes to a real projects. We are going to use a dedicated network. I mean, dedicated internet or high speed internet we call. We call it as what? High speed internet we call it as. Okay, so when I say that high speed or leased line we call, so we are going to buy the leased line from the vendors. Okay, vendor is nothing but it might be any vendor. You might be buying it for BSNL, or you might be buying from something called Haytel or any whatever. In US it might be AT&T. Like this it will be there, right? Then we have something called we need an extremely redundant power supply. So you'll ask me, what is this power supply? Though okay, but what is redundant? See, redundant, I will tell you what is redundant here. Very simple. Assume that this is my data center. Okay. I'm just giving an example about high tech city. Assume that this is somewhere in high tech city, right? And you will be getting a power supply from the high tech city power grid. Okay. Then you will also get a power supply from the Madhapur power grid also, right? So you might have a question, why like that? Why we need a power supply from the two grids? Because if suddenly something goes wrong with this particular high-tech city power grid, if it fails to provide us a power for a long time, then what happens? The Madhapur power grid will provide a power to this particular data center, right? So this is very important thing. Okay. Now you might also have a question, why we need redundant means what? If one goes, another will provide. That is called redundancy.
Hmm.
You're getting my point. If one is down, if another is providing a service, that is called redundancy. This is called exactly. Okay. If you are adapting a redundancy, you will not face any downtimes. Okay. Now take an example. If you're not adapting a redundancy, assume that you will say that we don't need as redundant power supply. We want only the power supply from high tech city. Now suddenly high tech city has some issue. The power station has some power grid has some technical issue. They have taken around 10 to 12 hours time to fix that time these things, and you don't have a generator and you have just an UPS which provides you a backup only for 4 hours. And after the 4 hours your data center will be down. Will your customer, will your clients will s- will be calm? No, right? Okay, they keep on ping you, keep on call you. You know, entire company will be on a big pressure. Why? Because you can't answer your clients or customers, right? Yes or no? So this is a big problem. That is the reason what we are doing is we are going with something called redundant concepts, right? So this is very, very important thing that you need to understand here. Right now, what I'm going to do is, yeah, dust-free control environment. You have to maintain a dust-free control environment and efficient cooling system. So cooling system is very, very important. Why? Because as you know that the whole 12 months will be running four different seasons. Yes or no? Right? That might be a summer, it might be winter, it might be rainy, it might be spring, whatever it might be. You should constantly maintain a temperature in your data center. Why? I will tell you. Because due to overheat also, your server might go down. Okay. And if it should not go down, you should make sure that your data center, whatever the servers it is running, it should have a constant temperature. It might be any season. High physical security, because all your employees, customers, or your business data is running on your servers, and you should really make sure that it is secure. Right? If some unauthorized people gets into your data center, then that is really not good, right? Okay, so data centers will be under a high security, right? So you have to invest a lot on the security. You need to build CCTV cameras, you need to put biometric devices, right? You need to have some security people who will be continuously 24 by 7 monitoring your data centers, right? And you need to have something called DR. So you will ask me, what is this DR? DR is nothing but disaster recovery. What is this disaster recovery? I will tell you very simple here when I'm talking about the disaster recovery here. Assume that we have a data center somewhere in HYD, that is called Hyderabad. Okay, getting it. And assume that we have around 1,000 servers, but in this 1,000 servers, there are 200 servers which are very, very important. Now, what I will do is I will go somewhere in Bangalore side. I'm having a Bangalore site here. And in the Bangalore site, what I will do, this 200 servers, I'm going to replicate here. Why? If suddenly something goes wrong with the Hyderabad site and this 200 servers is not able to provide me a service, my customers will not sit quiet. They, instead of connecting to the Hyderabad site, they will connect to the Bangalore site and they will try to access the services and data. This is something called DR. DR stands for disaster recovery. DR stands for disaster recovery. If I want to tell you, you might take a small project which is running with 100 server, and if you talk about the big projects which are running thousands and lakhs of machines, they are all maintaining DRs, disaster recovery sites. Getting me? So this is what exactly. Then hardware replacement, you should talk to your hardware vendor in such a way that if any hardware fails, you can replace it very fastly. That means you need to take a premium support, remember, and need more time and more expenses to build an IT infrastructure and need a capacity planning in advance. So before you start investing, first you need to go with what? Capacity planning in advance. If you want to do a capacity plannings, you need to first hire whom? Server architecture, right? Very simple, boss. I will tell you. If you want to construct a 10 floors building, what you will do first? First, you will go to an engineer, or first you will visit an architecture. Okay, you need to visit an architecture. What architecture or engineer will do? Very simple. Whatever the requirements inputs we give, he just going to draw. He's going to give define some specifications, and we are just going to follow that. Getting my point. In the same way, when you want to build this kind of infrastructure, you have to first to meet something called capacity planning team. They will they will only give us what should be your capacity, how many servers, how many storages, what should be your cooling system, whether we should go for DR or not, right? All these things they are going to decide. Okay, so this is all the challenges that you're going to face when you want to run a data center, a legacy or a traditional data center, which we used to do in last 20 years back. We used to do this only because we were following that traditional data centers 15, 20 years back. Still we are doing it right now also. Okay, but when we talk about 15, 20 years back, to build one single server, it used to take months, 1, 2 months, 3 months, right? Assume that if you want to build a servers which is of thousands, lakhs of servers or thousands of servers, it might take a lot of time. Okay, so this is what exactly. That is the reason what they did. Many companies they have given a pull stop to this kind of traditional and legacy data centers. Right now, instead of going with this legacy and traditional data centers, people are switching to something called cloud, right? Or people are switching to cloud here. Now, I'm just going to give you roughly how much you're going to invest on this legacy or traditional data centers. Okay, in your 100% budget, 80% you are going to put it to this kind of traditional data centers. 80% of investment. There's a big problem here. Okay, so that is the reason if you're putting 80% on this particular infrastructure, then with only 20% will you run your project? How you will pay the salaries if something is getting changed? If you want to invest on that, how you're going to invest? This all deal with lot of challenges, boss, lot of challenges. Then you will ask me, how do we overcome this? We are going to go for cloud. Cloud will reduce the labor cost. Cloud computing reduces the facilities, network, hardware, and software maintenance cost. It is going to reduce, right? And this is all the different types of operations or teams that we are going to find in real projects here. Okay, so this is what exactly you might be working with any of this particular team based on your skills and expertisems, right? So this is very important thing. Then this is what exactly a system admin has a questions in his mind, right? Always he will have a question, and many times there is no solutions for these questions. And of course, now people are providing some solutions. Not like that. See, being a consultant, even I'll be providing the solutions for this kind of questions, which I will be getting it from my clients, right? So many times the people has this kind of questions, right? How do I maintain a green data center, right? Whether I should go for virtualization, whether I should go with legacy or traditional data centers. I'll be having a question like how much power it is consuming for one cabinet, one storage, network device. Okay, should I hire the Linux administrator, database administrators or not? What I have to do? There's many questions we have. Now you will have how do I overcome this? Now we are getting into a cloud here. So when I am just talking about a cloud computing, as we discussed, the cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources through the internet with pay-to-use charges. You're going to pay only what you used it. And you know Amazon provides you a billing only from 1 hour. Okay, if you are using a server, if you are using a machine, if you are using a storage only from 1 hour, 1 hour the billing will start. You're getting my point. Okay, today you want to use a machine for 2 hours, you pay for 2 hours. If you are using a storage for 10 GB, you pay for 10 GB, right? If you are using anything, it is only calculated based on the hourly basis. And now what happened, many companies got attracted to this particular, I can say scheme, I can say, or this particular feature. Now what happened is instead of building their physical data centers, people immediately going for a cloud. And because they are going for a cloud, there is no upfront investment. So you'll ask me what is upfront investment? I don't know like how many days my projects will be running. I will be investing crores of rupees and I will be buying the hardware, license, storage. There is no such kind of investments if you go for a cloud. Because if you know that your project is running for 3 years, you will only pay, you are going to pay for 6 months. Or you are going to, you will be using for this 1 month and you will pay. And you will be using for next month, you will pay for next month. And suddenly you got a mail or you got some meeting has happened. They said we are not going to run because of recession, because of any other things, because we don't have a demand now in the market for that particular product. Okay, they want to wind up the project, not a problem, because you are on a cloud. What you will do? Okay, you will just, when you get a mail, you will ask them to take all the data backup. They will take it, or you will take it, whatever it might be, and simply you will be deleting everything within 1 2 days. See how you are stopping your billing here, right? So that is what advantage here. There is no future upfront cost, right? Whatever today, if your project is end, not a problem. Tomorrow I'll just delete everything. There is no billing, there is no payment, there is no burden, right? Because of this model only, people are trying to, um, save lot of money for their companies. This is very, very important thing that you need to know, right? So instead of buying and maintaining the computer products and services, you can pay to use a cloud computing services, and it saves you the time, effort and cost of doing it all by yourself. This is what exactly. Okay, we can only do it because it is just like, how you create a Gmail account. Very simple, right? Do you need any help in creating a Gmail account? No. Okay, how you are creating a Gmail account, in the same way you can create a cloud account. In the same way, you can spin up the services. Very simple, I'm telling you. If I want to, if I'll just try to show you that how this cloud account looks like, I'm going to just show you that, right? So I'm good. This is a link here, aws.amazon.com. This is a link. I'm going to put this on a chat. You can also save this on a notepad. You're getting it? Okay. Because not maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we are going to create an AWS account, and you will come to know how we are going to create an AWS account and all these things, right? So what I'll do is, as I just get into this site here, and I'm going to go with my account and I'm going to click on what? Amazon Management Console. I'm going to click, and whenever I'm just trying to click Amazon Management Console, I am just trying to put my email address and I'm going to put my password. And after once I put email address and password, then I'm going to put MFA. MFA stands for multi-factor authentication, it is called. So you'll ask me what is multi-factor authentication? It's very simple, like you get an one-time password on your mobile, right? It is of course something same thing like that, right? So this is what exactly it is going to work, right? So this is all about understanding, right? So this is the way, right? So this is how the cloud account looks like here. And these are all the services which I regularly use because I'll be training for other batches. So based on their requirements, I'll be using these services, right? You can see I'm going to show you there are many services here, really. There are many services here. You just click on services. These are all something called service categories. You will only see the service categories only. You will be seeing many types of services categories here. Almost the categories only you will see more than 20 to 25 categories we have. And in each categories again you will see many services. For example, if I just click on compute only, you might be seeing there are almost 10 services we are having here, right? Now I'll just try to show you how do we spin up, how do we create a virtual machine. Okay, we call it as an EC2 instance. We call it as an, see, you just click here, it is going to give you the description here. For example, I'll just go here, EC2 instance here. So when you just click on this EC2 instance, it will take you to this particular EC2 instance console or a dashboard, we call it. And from here, I'm going to spin up a machine. So how do we spin up a machine? See on this, I mean, before I spin up a machine, I can show you this. This is called a dashboard of the EC2. And this dashboard gives you a summary of your EC2 here, right? Now you will, so EC2, this is what exactly. And one more important point you need to understand, EC2 is a service. EC2 is a service and you are going to access this service using an API. API stands for application program interface. How you are accessing WhatsApp, how you are accessing right now Zoom meeting, how you are accessing a Facebook. Okay, so you can access Facebook from the browser as well as it has a app, right? From where you're getting this app? You're getting app this from App Store or a marketplace. Yes or no? Right? So what you're doing, you're accessing your Facebook account using an app called Facebook app. Who is going to provide this Facebook app? Facebook only will provide. In the same way, whatever the services that you are seeing on this AWS, all these services are being integrated with an API, and this API is being integrated within this particular centralized console. AWS management console is called a centralized management console. Why we are calling centralized console? Because all these services and its categories are being integrated into this console. Integrated into this console. So for your understanding, I will tell you. Okay, I'll just go with Amazon.com. Right? As I go with Amazon.com, you see the product category here. Product category here. Yes or no? So even this is also integrated as a category. How these services are provided here in the same way it has been categorized. Can you see this? Okay, just click on this. It is showing you the category. If you just click on this, it is going to give you the categories. You're understanding, right? Yes. Any questions, any doubts here? Nilesh and Vamshi and Mazar. I hope you're understanding the basic concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're understanding,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So this is how you are seeing this product category here. In a same way, the services are being integrated into one single management console. You're getting it? So this is what exactly you're going to okay, so this is all very important thing that you need to understand. API stands for application program interface, right? So this is what exactly, right? And even I will tell you some more examples. You might be visiting something called eSeva center, right? When you are in India, you might be visiting some eSeva centers, and there will be a one single, email address and password. He might be accessing many services, right? He might be accessing many services. In the same way, AWS management console also is going to provide, right? And I will show you like how very simple way you can spin up a mission. Okay, if you really want to buy a physical server and you want to install OS applications and everything, and you want to hand out to your users, okay, and you want to run that server without any downtime, there are a lot of time and lot of investment needed. But in a case, if it is in a cloud, if someone call you and said that I need a machine with so and so software and so operating system, what you will do, immediately you will log into a cloud account and you will go to EC2 instance, and you EC2 and you will click on instance. Okay, instance is nothing but virtual machines here. Remember, virtual machines, right? Or virtual servers we will call, right? So I'm going to click on instance here. Now you can see there is something called launch instance on my right side top corner. I'm going to click on launch instance here, and I'm going to give my machine name, right? So you'll ask me what is machine name here. I'm going to put something called DB server, and I'm going to select something called Amazon Linux I'm taking. So these are nothing but operating systems. You will come to know what is this Amazon machine image later. Now you should treat this as an operating system, right? You will say that no boss, I want to go for Ubuntu. Yes, you can. If you want to go for Windows, you can go for Windows. You want to go for Red Hat, you can go for Windows. I mean Red Hat. If you want, you can go for Mac also. Whatever you want, you can go with, right? I'm going to select the Amazon Linux, and this comes under something called free tier. It is saying, can you see this free tier? So when it says that it is free tier eligible, there is no billing now. It is free. For how many days it is free? It is free for 12 months. It is for 12 months free. If you were crossing this 12 months or monthly 750 hours, the billing will happen, right? So monthly 750 hours, it never reaches, because 24 into 30 days or 31 days, if you calculate, you will get the exact count. How much you're getting? 24, 240, 240, 580 plus 240. It is not even going out of 750 hours, right? So that means at any cost, you are not going to have any billing for 12 months. Remember, this is a free tier. This is a free tier, right? Even billing might happen. It is very less cost. There's nothing to worry. Okay, getting it. So this is what exactly we are selecting something called Amazon Linux, and comes under free tier, and it is coming architecture is x86 64-bit. You will come to know what is this architecture and all these things. Don't worry. I'm just try to understand here. And that we have something called T2 micro. T2 micro is nothing but the machine model. See, you will go to a stores to buy a laptop. What you will do? When you're getting into a store, you will have some idea about what configuration you want to buy, right? You will say that I want to buy with i5 with 9th generation or 10th generation with something called 8 GB RAM. They say that if you want to buy with 8 GB RAM, it costs you $500. And if you say that if I want to buy with 16 GB RAM, they say that it costs you $600, right? Why it is the cost variation here? Because of configuration. If you are buying the with 8 GB RAM, it is costing you $500. If you want to buy with 16 GB RAM, it is costing you $600. Why it is the difference here is, here it is 8 GB, here it is 16 GB, right? You will say that I want to buy a high-end laptop with 32 GB RAM. I want to buy with 2 TB hard disk, and I want to buy with i9 processor, right? Now it might cost you $1,000 also. Why the difference here is? Because this is a latest configuration. This laptop is launched just 1 month back, right? This is what exactly difference is. In the same way, when it comes to AWS also, there are many machine types we have. And this machine types, you're going to select based on the cost, based on the requirement, right? But right now I'm going with T2 micro. You need to understand T2 micro also comes under something called free tier only. Getting my point? So this is very, very important thing that you need to understand. So okay, boss, it comes under free tier. See, basically, if you want to log into your Windows machine, what you will do? You will put username and password, right? But whereas when it comes to an AWS cloud environment, we have to generate a key pair. We have to generate a key pair here to log into your EC2 instance or a machine that we are creating. So what I will do is I'll just try to create a new key pair here, and I'm going to use PPK, and then I'm going to put something called the name of the key here as DB server here. Then click on create. The key has been created. It is downloaded onto your machine. And every time you need to use this key to connect to this machine. Very, very important thing. And now when we talk about network, I have to define the network here because I want to connect securely to my machine. That is the reason I'm going to select the network. right? Then this is a storage capacity that is being is been added to your machine, that is called 8 GB, right? And how many machines we need? How many machines it is needed? I'm just trying to go with one machine. You will say that I need this kind of machines 100. Put 100 here. Put 100 here. Put 100 here. Now just click on launch instance here. Whenever you click on launch instance, the instance is going to get launched. Very simple. Now you just click on 1 minute. What happened? See, the instance has come. I need to just refresh. The machine name is DB server. This is called instance ID. It is called 1 minute. What is this instance ID? Like every machine has a model, right? You will say that Dell laptop 15Z, 16Z, 17, something, some model names will like this only. Here the instance ID will be. It is in running state. Can you see this? It is in running state. You can see this. Now you'll ask me, how do I connect this machine? You can connect in two ways. You can connect through a web connect, that is called through browser. The another one is you have to use this kind of tool, because it's a Linux machine. You need to use a putty tool here, right? So this is very, very important thing that you need to understand, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you in an easy method of connecting EC2 instance, that is called web method. So you need to just select this EC2 instance, okay, this machine, and you need to click on connect on the top. Can you see this connect? I'm going to click on connect here, then I'm going to just click on connect here, then immediately it will go to the web connect. Can you see this? This is how exactly this is going to go with a web connect. See, can you see this? I got access to my machine, and I have logged in as a what user? I have logged into this machine as a EC2 user. And this is my IP address. And remember, this machine has two types of IP addresses here. One is a public IP address, another one is private IP address. Can you see this? So now you will ask me, what is public IP address? If you want to connect from remotely, because you are sitting on different network, my Amazon EC2 instance on different network. If we want to connect from your network to this network, we need a public IP. And what is private IP? Private IP is within the AWS. If you want to connect, okay, you have to go for something called private IP. So this is what exactly it is going to happen. I hope you're understanding. See how much time it took. Tell me. Okay, it just took only not only 1-2 minutes. Okay, I have just explained you, it might take 3-4-5 minutes, maybe it might take 5 minutes, but if you really want to do it within 1 minute, you can launch machines, right? Okay, so this is the benefit of cloud, and how much you are using, you are going to pay only for that, right? But right now we are using a free tier, so you might not have any billing for another 12 months if you create today, right? In case if you are running out of your free tier only, you will be getting a billing. So you will say that why I will get a, if I'm running out of free tier means what is it mean? Right now we have created a machine type called T2 micro. T2 micro will come up with 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM. In case if you say that I need 2 CPUs with 8 GB RAM, it doesn't come under free tier. You have to pay for that. The billing will happen. The billing will happen. So this is very important thing that you need to understand. I hope you're understanding, right? Now, how important when I'm talking about creating and resources in AWS is very important, right? Is important or very important. And deleting these resources is also more than important of creating. You'll ask me why. Why? You will ask me why. Because you have created this machine, you forgot. Okay. Then once this free tier is over, then it falls in a billing. Then unnecessary, you need to pay some amount to the AWS. So what I recommend here is how you should know how to create, and you should know how to delete also if there is no required, if it is not required. So when I'm just talking about deletion, just select this particular EC2 instance, go to something called action, not action, you should go with start instance state. You need to go with the instance state and you need to click on what? Terminate. Now you will say that, why terminate? I will stop, right? If you stop, there is no billing. Again, this is one advantage here. If a machine is not deleted, I mean, you're not deleting it, you just stopped it. Today you worked for 8 hours and you stopped it. Tomorrow morning, again, you will come and you will power on, the billing will happen. You're getting it? So this is advantage. This is advantage in a cloud. That is the reason people are using it. Okay, first of all, it is very fast, accurate, right? And low cost, under budget, right? So this is a benefit here. This is a benefit here, right? So I hope you are following, right? Any doubts, any question, please, you can unmute and ask me. Okay. Yes, Vamshi, did you understood? I mean, any
Yeah,
question?
I just have a question.
Yeah, please.
So, recently you said that we have like two options to connect this instance, right?
Yes.
One is by clicking the connect option,
Yeah.
and the other thing is using a putty to
Mm-hmm.
do that. So, is that the same process for like all the OS systems, like for Mac and Windows, or?
For Mac, I don't think for Mac also. Mac is like, you can connect through the putty. I think, because I don't use Mac much. I am not that sure about Mac, but still I can say you might be connecting to putty. I think
The
it will
keys
support.
will be different for that. PEM we
Yeah.
have to use instead of PPK, we have to use PEM for the Mac OS using PuTTY.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Might be, right? So Mac we don't use. Mostly we will use Windows and Linux only. And
okay,
if it is Windows, we are going to use RDP.
okay,
RDP stands for Remote Desktop Protocol. We use RDP here. This is what exactly RDP.
okay,
Okay, which is this tool is already there on a Windows machine. A putty will not be there because Windows doesn't support direct SSH. So what we do is we try to download this SSH tool from some site, putty.org. There is a site from where we download, right? If it is a Windows, we try to use this RDP. If it is a Linux, we use SSH, right? I mean, putty, we try to use putty. This is what exactly,
okay.
right? Yeah. Nilesh, do you have any doubts? Any questions? Did you understood? Or if
Yeah, I understood.
understood, right? So if you
Then the
have
one
any,
question here.
yeah, one please.
When we created a machine
Mm,
with minimum CPU and
mm,
RAM,
mm.
what about the storage? Storage also a minimum or
Storage
like?
minimum, yes. Based on the OS you select, it provides you
Okay,
a storage. For example,
okay,
you are selecting a Windows. Okay, you're going with
mhm,
Windows. It try to allocate 30 GB.
okay.
If you're going with
Not more than,
Linux, no.
yeah,
I mean, not more
okay,
than that means if you want, you
okay,
can demand. That's not a problem.
okay. So that will be in billing
Yeah,
cycle, I think.
30 GB is free tire.
Okay.
If you're going out of 30 GB, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, per every GB per month they are going to charge.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what
30 GB.
about this, whatever machine we create
Mm,
and we kept for 1 month idle like that without
mm,
stopping it?
mm.
So will T2 have a billing
No,
or like,
T2 doesn't have any billing.
okay,
T2
we
doesn't
can,
have any. Yeah, because T2 comes under free tire. So per month 750 hours and 12 months it is under free tire, right?
okay.
In case after 12 months,
If I
okay,
didn't shut
yes,
down, then I can,
yes, it will go into the billing. It will go
right,
into the billing. Now, see, every time we don't use T2 micro, the requirements
correct.
will change, right?
Yeah,
The
definitely.
requirements will change. So whenever requirements will, instead of T2, you might go with T2 large. So when I say T2 large, it might provide you two CPUs with 4 GB RAM, right? Example I'm giving you. From when you created from that time, the billing will be generated.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens here. So everything here, that is what I am telling you. You should have a more information about what you're doing it. You can just see here, I'm going with the instance types here. There are many instances. I'm telling you, there are 434 types of instance you have with different configuration. Again, these 434 instances are divided into categories. General purpose machines, compute optimized, memory optimized, network optimized, accelerated optimized. There are so many things. For example, you'll say, what is accelerated? Now, news channels, gaming companies are using accelerated because it has that easy to instance consists graphic card in it built in. You know, game rendering, news channels, streaming, there will be lot of, load will be on this, right? So like this, it will. Now, memory optimized means what? Databases. If you want to run Oracle database, SAP, big data, you need a machine which is memory optimized because there's a lot of data which is loaded in your primary storage that is called RAM. That is called RAM. So that is called memory optimized. You're getting it. You'll come to know. You'll come to know. We will, when we are discussing about EC2 instance. See, I am telling you EC2 instance. It's a single word, but see, we need to discuss these many things in EC2. You're getting my point. This only will take 3 to 4 hours or 5 hours time to discuss everything. You're getting it. I just, when I'm giving you a course content, you will see something called VPC. I just highlighted few concepts there. That's it. But there are so many things. If I talk about VPC, VPC stands for Virtual Private Compute. It is like your network service. You're getting it. See, these many things we have in VPC. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 things which are not important to us, that will be covered somewhere in advanced level, but still 60 to 70% we need to cover here. You're getting my point. So when we talk, this is one single service only, but lot of things. You're going to play a network admin role here to work with this. Getting it? Okay, so this is what exactly. Understanding, right? So this is what exactly. So there's nothing. I mean, I'm telling you, it's very easy, boss. AWS compared to anything. I'm telling you, cloud learning cloud is very simple. Okay, I will guide you. Like there are some basic prerequisites will be there. I will be guiding you. I will be giving you some stuff. Okay, so where you need to do little self-learning on it, right? So that's it. There's nothing I'm telling you. Very, very simple. Getting it? So very, very simple. I have showed you how to create an EC2 instance. You go to any service, this is what exactly we need to go. But you should concentrate more on the options, right? Like this will be there. That when you start practicing, you will come to know. You'll come to know like this is what exactly the billing for this month. So this month I have used, see, I have used a database, I have used a Glacier. Amazon Glacier is a storage exactly, right? So this is what the billing happening. You can see monthly billing, like I can show you my billing here. Okay, billing dashboard I need to go. So you'll be getting a billing here. Every month you will be getting a billing. Okay. So you can just see this billings here. I can show you my last month billing also. So like this, it will be there. You should be careful. See, this is your infrastructure, right? You should plan accordingly. I'm telling you. That is only one thing you need to understand here. Getting it? This is your missions, your data center. You should plan accordingly. You should plan accordingly. Very, very important. See, last month billing, it has went somewhere this much. Okay, so like this it goes on. Clear? Understanding. It is due. Still I did not pay. Okay, I have to pay. You can see you have to pay past payments like this something. You should be careful. So this is all about. Okay, I'm telling you, AWS is one of the easiest concepts we can say. Okay, and I mean, you might have a question, sir. You said there are 200 plus services. Are we going to deal all these things? No, we don't need. You're going to learn here 16, 15 to 18 or 16 to 18 services you're going to learn. That's it. Okay. Now, after learning this, you will say that you got into a project. Now you will say that, boss, sir, I want to do some specialization. Your company says that our entire project is running based on blockchain. Now, what you will do? You need to specialize on blockchain. Getting it? Now, your company says your company is a gaming company. Assume that. Now you know the cloud, but they use all gaming development related things. So you need to use this gaming development or IoTs. You can see Internet of Things. You can see machine learning tools, right? If you are working for media services, right? You need to just work on this. This is called specialization. People do MBBS and later they do something called specialization, right? Like this, a cloud is also something like that. First, you need to learn the cloud. Then once you are perfect with the cloud, now based on your role and responsibility, you should do a specialization, right? Now your company says that we don't need any specialization. With cloud only you can manage everything. No problem. We will be working in a department called EC2, or you will be working with any other departments. You're getting my point. So this is very, very important thing that you need to understand. I hope your doubts is getting clear. Storage services, these many types of storages we have. Okay. Robotics. See, can you see this? Robotics, network and content migrations. This is what exactly. So fine. So I'll be stopping today for today.
How many
Tomorrow,
machines we can create, Chandra?
there is no, I mean, when I'm talking about T2
Eight,
micro,
T2.
T2, we can create three.
Minimum three.
Three. 8. We have to calculate in such a way. You talk about storage. 8, 16 plus 8, 24 plus again 8 means it goes to something called 34. Right? If you're creating 4 machines, your storage goes out of the free tier.
Okay.
Right? So you should be careful. Like you should be calculative. This is what I'm telling you. See, this is what I can say. You can create a number. A maximum is 5, basically 5. But still, we are just using for training purpose, right? We just create, delete, create, delete. This is what we do. We don't keep it for a long time, right? So this is what.
As soon as we create with like 3 machines with like suppose 34 GB, so they will start billing, or like it will be
once it crosses 1 hour, the billing will start.
so we have 1 hour to
1
delete.
hour, yes, 1 hour our grace time. So this is what. Once it reaches the 1 hour, the billing will happen.
Okay.
Okay. See, sometimes what I'll do to show people, students, I'll create a machine with huge configuration, but I'll just try to delete it within minutes. So billing will not happen much. Okay. So this is what happens. So you should be more calculative here. Okay. So calculative in a sense, the calculations also Amazon will provide you a AWS calculator. It will provide for every service. There is nothing to worry. You just try select some options. It gives you a clear detailed billing for you. Getting my point? This is what exactly. So there's so many things I'm telling you. So many things we have. Right? So fine then. So I'm going to stop today for. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to meet same.